This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, workers who built a $20 million chairlift at Coronet Peak were thanked at an informal function yesterday. A quartet of mummified skinks have been donated to Otago Museum's collection. And an exhibition of a Wellington artist's work in Dunedin is set to brighten up winter. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Workers who helped build Coronet Peak's new chairlift in record time were thanked in an informal function. About 200 contractors completed the $20 million ski lift yesterday, just in time for the field's soft opening on Saturday.
Trying out Coronet Peak's new $20 million ski lift. This pricey investment can whisk up to 3,000 passengers an hour to the field's highest point. NZ Ski owner Sir John Davies says he's very happy with the asset.
I think it's certainly the most expensive bit of equipment that I've ever bought or ever been involved with. It was done and constructed in record time, and I'm thrilled with the product at the end of it. It'll be magnificent for the public when they see it.
He says the expense has been worth it to help the facilities stay ahead in the game.
It's really a question of just making sure that you have the equipment right, that there's no great lift queues, and it's good skiing. We've spent a lot of money on snowmaking and base buildings and four-wheel drive buses, and I just have a philosophy that you've got to be safe, you've got to be good, and you've got to be a leader.
The same company also runs the remarkable ski area, where plans for a replacement chairlift at the Sugar Basin were kiboshed in February after not getting approval from the Department of Conservation. Davies is confident he'll be able to install the $16 million lift later this year.
Well, that's sitting in 50 or 60 containers,
Yes.
And it was disappointing to be held up on that and stopped, but fortunately we had consent to do this one.
Yes.
So it'll be next summer, it'll be a job for next summer.
Coronet Peak opens on Saturday, but not for skiers or snowboarders, as recent rain has washed away much of the snow. Instead, the public can enjoy sledding and $30 sightseeing rides on the new chairlift. In Queenstown, for the South Today.
Only the facade of the former Otago Harbour Board building remains standing this morning as a digger gradually takes it down. A line of road cones across the road keeps passers-by out of the potential hazard radius as cranes remove exterior walls. Interior rooms and fittings of the Harbour Board building were removed recently, leaving just the outside walls to come down. Port Otago believed the building was earthquake prone and says the cost of refurbishment would be prohibitive. The port's demolition of the 73-year-old building angered some in the community, including the Maritime Union of New Zealand, who used the building as a meeting place. Scientists have identified 63 native species of skink and 43 native species of gecko in New Zealand. Otago Museum recently received a donation of a quartet of skinks for its collection.
From under a carpet in Portobello to Otago Museum's collection. Otago Museum recently received a gift of 4 southern grass skinks after being discovered naturally mummified in a local house.
So these specific ones came as a donation to the Otago Museum from a family that's based out of Portobello, and they had found them a few years back when they were doing a home renovation, and they found them under a carpet, a bit mummified and flattened, but just in remarkably good condition.
The donation contributes to the Otago Museum's collection of indigenous fauna and helps illustrate an interesting interaction between humans and native animals. Onli Lau says these slender and smooth-skinned skinks, or lizards, are commonly seen around Otago as well as across most of the southern region.
And so they live in much of the bushes and gardens around Dunedin and basically all throughout the southern South Island, from Canterbury down to Stewart Island.
All native skinks are protected by law, and there are several places in Dunedin where skinks are a common sight. Lau says during winter they may seek warmth inside homes.
They do tend to bask, and so most of the time they are looking for those little cracks and crevices to go into, and so they may have just and the fact that there were 4 of them found is a bit interesting as well. It could be a family just kind of going into there.
The lizards of Otago are featured in a diorama to showcase the different patterns and biology of each species. And donations like these are helpful to one of the museum's core functions.
So the museum is just a repository of natural science and humanities collections, and of course the Māori collections as well. And so we want to basically represent the items and stories and species that are found in Otago.
In the wild, skinks and other lizards play an important role in controlling insect populations, pollinating native flowers and dispersing seeds after eating native fruits. And if you see a sleek and shiny brown lizard in a garden around Dunedin, it's likely you're looking at a southern grass skink, also called the common skink. In Dunedin, the South Today.
The future of the Bluff Oyster Festival is still remaining in doubt. Tickets for the next year's festival were supposed to go on sale last month, but have hit a snag. The popular event is now into its second decade, and last month saw more than 4,000 people sample the famous oysters, along with mutton birds and kaimoana. However, plans for the next year have been shelved while the Trust reviews what to do with a historic hotel on the event site. Last month, the Invercargill City Council refused a request to demolish the Category 2 heritage building. Festival organisers say they can't make a decision on next year's event until they see the results of a newly commissioned report, which is still 4 to 6 weeks away. Despite Southern Gardens looking bleak and devoid of colour over winter, a Dunedin art gallery is full of flowering shrubs and trees this month. The colourful garden paintings at Milford Gallery are the continuation of lifelong themes by Wellington artist Carl Morn.
Paintings which take the viewer down the garden path. Carl Morn has been showing his garden-themed paintings at Dunedin's Milford Gallery for over 20 years. His passion for flowering shrubbery started at art school when he did a painting of his mother's garden.
What I found with flowers and gardens generally is that you just get a great sort of tableau of things you can play around with and ideas that you can move around. And it's kind of gardening, but without all the effort. You can put 100-year-old trees in, you can take them out, you can kind of landscape to your heart's delight.
Over the past 3 decades, he's painted a lot of rhododendrons and azaleas, but now he's branching out to other garden subjects.
Yeah, I've been doing perennials, I guess, yeah, as people would call them. So gardens are sort of flowering just spring, summer, and usually they're in rows with big sort of stepped back kind of levels of different flowers, but I'm using the path to weave through them.
Morn's artworks tend to look almost photorealist when seen on a small screen or printed in a brochure or calendar, but the majority of his paintings can be described as huge.
Some of the biggest work I've done has ended up in domestic homes. You're always quite surprised. You go in and someone says, "Whoa, you managed to fit that in the lounge," you know.
Carl Morn's South exhibition is on at Dunedin's Milford Gallery until early July. In Dunedin, for the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, Central Otago tourism operators receive expert advice at a recent tourism workshop, and we catch up with a high-achieving young Canterbury sportsman, so stay with us.
The season has changed, and at Alec Campbell Menswear, in our 3 stores, Cromwell, South Dunedin and Mosgiel, we have it covered. Check out these jackets. They'll keep you warm and dry and stylish. Of course, we're known for our fashion shirts, but in the winter we do have our lovely warm shirts. Look at them all. And we're known for our great range of winter knitwear too. Don't forget our stretch moleskins, 6 colours.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
We'll keep you warm and dry and looking just great.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chin.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects, from the rare to the recent. And where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274. You're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer. You owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. Autumn is here and it's too late to sow seed. But don't despair, Ready Lawn is the answer to all your garden woes. Call Ready Lawn today on 027 22 88 190.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Ricky here from Beds R Us Dunedin, your local sleep specialists. Come in and try our huge touchscreen sleep selector, taking the hard work out of choosing the right bed for you. See you here.
Evening, I'm from the Parks Department. Have you got a permit for that fire?
Welcome back. New Zealand tourism leaders say collaboration and offering a point of difference needs to be a prime focus for Central Otago operators. That's what around 35 tourism operators were told at a workshop held in Cromwell on Wednesday.
Sunny Alexandra on the Clutha River and Cromwell with its sculptures of giant fruit are just two of many attractions which exist outside the standard tourist hotspots of Queenstown and Wanaka. Tourism Advisory Board and CINZ Chief Executive Sue Sullivan says this week's workshop in Cromwell is all about growing tourism across the Central Otago region.
Where else can you go and curl? Nowhere else, you know, unique opportunity. Some of these wineries around here are second to none, cycling. So there's some real key aspects to the place that you can't replicate throughout New Zealand, and they're the ones that we need to pull forward.
Rather than running big advertising campaigns, she says word of mouth is also an effective tool.
Just making sure we connect with the right people to get those boxes ticked, and I can assure you we are. On the plane ride down, we were busy networking on that plane. You know, you make the most of every opportunity when you catch up with a mate that you haven't seen for a while, who's quite influential in some other places.
The Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment estimates visitors to Central Otago spent over $200 million in the last year. In Cromwell, for the South Today. 17-year-old
Christchurch boy Lewis Clark is having a big year. He was named Sportsperson of the Year at the Canterbury Surf Lifesaving Awards and has now been selected for the New Zealand men's water polo team.
I just feel free in the water. The water is just, it's just where I relax the most, because I also swim as well to help me with surf lifesaving and water polo. A few hours ago I just got named in the New Zealand senior men's water polo team. So in July we're going to be going to South Korea to play in the World Champs. So that's a very big step up for me, as I'm only 17 and this is the national team. I am the youngest player in the senior men's team, and playing for New Zealand for me is just such an honour. It's so good listening to the national anthem right before I play. It's so inspiring, it just makes me want to go hard every time. I've been swimming since I was very young, like 5 or 6, been doing those little swim lessons, and I've just carried it on through the years. Well, I started playing out water polo because of my brothers when they started playing, so I would just be dragged along to the practices, and then I just started playing it, and then I just got hooked on it. It was great, real physical, a lot of swimming, and just what I like doing. It was great. Well, at the Canterbury Surf Lifesaving Awards, I got the Surf Lifesaver of the Year, and I was really surprised about this just because I didn't think I'd get it at such a young age. But it was a great honour, and it was just really from the club here at Taylor's Mistake. They had given me such good support, and it's such a great community feel, and it just makes me want to keep trialling for Taylor's Mistake. I just feel most proud being able to come down here on the weekends, put on the yellow uniform and just keeping this beach safe, because it's just a real family feel, how you learn everybody's names, know everybody who's coming down every week, and it's just great to help and protect everyone. Yeah, you do see the odd rescue, and we do get the odd days where it is very busy, but normally it is a very safe beach and very welcome to family and very busy in the summer. Dad was originally here at Taylor's Mistake when he was patrolling, when he was my age as well. It's great carrying on this family tradition, and I'm sure I'll do the same with my kids.
After the break on the South today, Ben Smith's troublesome hamstring injury rules him out of the match against the Waratahs in Invercargill tonight. And we have the weekend's weather for you, so stay with us.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. Why wait for seed to germinate? Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley.
The season has changed, and at Alec Campbell Menswear in our 3 stores, Cromwell, South Dunedin and Mosgiel, we have it covered. Check out these jackets. They'll keep you warm and dry and stylish. Of course, we're known for our fashion shirts, but in the winter we do have our lovely warm shirts. Look at them all. And we're known for our great range of winter knitwear too. Don't forget our stretch moleskins, 6 colours.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
We'll keep you warm and dry and looking just great.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chin.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Bowel cancer is the second highest cause of cancer death in New Zealand.
And New Zealand's got a higher rate of bowel cancer than many other Western countries.
Because it's one of those areas of the body that we don't talk about often enough.
It is one of those silent killers almost, that if it strikes and if you develop symptoms, sometimes it's too late.
So it's a major issue.
Thanks for staying with us. Rugby player Ben Smith won't play with the Highlanders in tonight's match against the Waratahs in Invercargill, as he's still injured. Paul Dwyer spoke recently with Smith about his rugby playing career.
Right, Ben, so now we'll bring you on to what most of New Zealand probably know you for is your All Black career. So you came in and you played your first game, I think, against Italy in 2009 when you were taken over in one of those bigger squads. Do you remember much about that game against Italy?
Obviously it was good to get out there and be involved in your first test. I remember being really nervous, probably there was some real legends of the game. I just remember being alongside them, and it had all happened pretty quickly. And yeah, it was good learning curve those first couple of tests.
So you became a senior All Black in 2012. Effectively, you were on the fringes for those first couple of years, and you didn't make that World Cup squad in 2011. But then you came in, but everybody I think treated you. You seemed to be a senior All Black really quickly, or is that just me making that up?
Yeah, I managed. I think like 2012, 13, managed to get some regular game time and. I enjoyed being in that setup and being able to contribute to what the team was doing.
So what are they? Talk me about the coaches, because I watched an interview. It might have been done last year. They did an interview with Wayne Smith. I watched that, and I don't normally watch a lot of documentary stuff.
Yeah, I actually saw that.
But I watched that, and I thought I was in awe of the stuff that he was talking about. What did Wayne Smith mean to you in that All Black setup?
The way that he studies the game, the way that he looks at the game, and the way that he puts so much time and effort into individuals and the team, and he's always a step ahead, I find, with what he's doing. And he was a massive influence on me and how I played my rugby.
And you can watch the full hour-long interview with Ben Smith on Channel 39 Southern Television at 6 p.m. tonight, tomorrow and Sunday, as well as online. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. Around 200 contractors who worked on a $20 million chairlift for Coronet Peak Ski Field were thanked at an informal function yesterday. A quartet of mummified skinks have been donated to Otago Museum's collection, which has been greatly received by the collections department. And an exhibition of a Wellington artist, Carl Maughan's work in Dunedin, is set to brighten up winter with huge brightly coloured floral paintings. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page. What have you got for us?
Good evening. Saturday paper means plenty of reading, of course. We've got more on that tragic road accident in North Otago yesterday, which claimed the lives of two young men, including one of them is 16 years old and another person obviously seriously injured. Reports today that police and some residents from the area where the accident happened have raised concerns about speed. Some people have been travelling along those roads. Also suggestions that there's been some sort of street racing from time to time as well. Of course, I'll just stress that police have yet to confirm whether speed was a factor in this accident, but there have been some concerns on those roads. Yesterday, Waitaki pupils carried out an impromptu haka, sort of in memory of the deceased, so that was quite moving as well. But yeah, just a tragedy all round for everyone.
Horrific for that whole community.
Oh, it certainly is. A weekend mix as well. Features editor Tom McKinley takes a look at the changing world of food production. Talks to visiting food scientist Ricky Yada about food moving from the paddock to the lab. So it's quite an interesting read as well. I think I prefer my steaks from the back of a cow personally, but
me too.
Yeah, and of course we've got the Highlanders playing the Waratahs in Invercargill tonight. They've got to win, and they've got to win well, and then keep their fingers crossed for the rest of the round to see if they make the playoffs. We'll be live blogging that on our website tonight for anyone that's interested, and full coverage in tomorrow's newspaper as well.
So nail-biting stuff, and you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time for a look at the weekend's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Starting with our southern view of the monument to Richard Evelyn Bird overlooking Dunedin. Looking at the situation, a west to southwesterly airflow continues through the weekend with mostly fine weather for the southern districts, but some cloud and a few showers at times. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect a few clouds and 14 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim are likely to be showery with 15 degrees. In Canterbury, showers and 13 degrees in Kaikoura, rain and 11 for both Christchurch and Ashburton. Looking at the southern towns where you can expect moderate southwesterlies and fine weather. The Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore are expecting highs of 9 degrees. Travelling westward to the Central Lakes, plan for moderate northerlies and increasing cloud. Wanaka and Queenstown should have light southwesterlies, clear skies and 10. Alexandra, you'll one warmer on 11 and Tiana, you only make it to 9 degrees. Looking to the northern towns on the coast, showers clearing in Timaru. You and Oamaru are set for 10-degree highs. Amarama and Twizel are set for light winds, clear skies, 10 in Twizel and 9 for Amarama. In Dunedin tonight, cloudy with southwesterlies and an overnight low of 8 degrees. Becoming fine and sunny tomorrow morning with cold southwesterlies dying out, looking at a high of 11 and a low of 4. Mostly fine and sunny on Sunday too, with moderate westerlies aiming for a high of 10 and a low of 3. Heading to Invercargill, becoming fine tonight with an overnight low of 5 degrees. Mostly fine tomorrow with sunny periods, some cloud and fresh cool westerlies later on, a high of 11 and a low of 5. Cloud increasing and a few showers developing on Sunday with fresh gusty westerlies, looking at a high of 11 degrees and a low of 7. And that's all our news for this Friday. For the latest news from the Southern Region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Have a fantastic weekend. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.